Senior Tory MP says he won't cancel his holiday for the general election campaign. I'm going to stick to my plans. We're going to read into this more from The Independent, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Independent with the headline of a senior Tory MP says he won't cancel his holiday for the general election campaign. I'm going to stick to my plans. Steve Baker said he wouldn't cancel holiday plans this year, admitting he will likely lose his seat. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share us across social media so others are notified of this video. We have a lot to discuss, don't we? So guys, if you haven't been, do check out the live streams and keep an eye out for the schedules of them if you want like live reaction or thoughts. Obviously I'm going to be covering as much as the general elections as I possibly can. I've got many videos, so keep your eyes and ears open for them, guys. But let's talk specifically about this here. So Steve Baker is basically saying, you know what, I'm gonna lose my seat anyway. I know we're gonna lose, and it's gonna suck. So what's the point in me grinding in my constituency when I know I'm gonna lose my seat? I might as well just go on holiday. And that's the premise that he has, and that kind of mindset from a senior Conservative MP, that's really damning on people who volunteer, people who volunteer, who are members of the Conservative Party, who do the volunteer work, who are down on the ground trying to win votes over. That's really damning, especially in his constituency, for those who will want to fight for him and his seat. It's pretty much giving up before people have even gone to the ballot box from him. And this is going to be a growing sign of how things have come. There's obviously been stories out there that many Conservatives are furious with Sunak because this just came out of nowhere, this call for the general election as well. So you also got that's been thrown in as well. This campaign is going to be extremely dirty and rigorous, and there's going to be a lot of, and I've said this on the live stream and I'll say this here to you guys, there's going to be a lot of AI stuff. There's going to be a lot of like manipulation, misleading videos or voiceovers that you're going to hear online about, oh, this person said this person said this thing, or something said this thing. You're going to hear a lot overdrive of misinformation in this general election campaign, and we will continue to talk about that as well. So I will always say that be careful about what you read and what you hear, especially on social media. Just because of it may not be 100% accurate. If a video comes out of some sort, it's entirely possible that it could be an AI generated one. And I also said this as well, we have to be wary of Russia potentially interfering in this general election as well. We know that there was potential election interference by Russia on the Brexit referendum. It's entirely possible they may interfere in this one. How much they will or won't is obviously only time will tell, but I wouldn't rule out a possibility of that either. But just coming back to this story that we'll read into in just a moment, this kind of, again, when you look at this and you think about this, that a Conservative MP who has a seat, and he hasn't said that he's standing down, but he's like, already it's just like, nah, I don't care, I'm going to go on holiday. It really just shows just how little care that Conservatives have for their jobs and for their constituency, because if they generally cared about what they were going to do, they would fight tooth and nail to hold on to every single seat. And it just feels very, very deflated, that's for sure. So a senior Conservative MP has said he won't cancel his holiday plans for his party's general election campaign, despite admitting he will likely lose his seat. Steve Baker, the MP for Wycombe, said he would stick to his plans after admitting he was widely expected to lose his seat in July. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak launched the Conservative Party general election campaign in London on Wednesday, with the country set to head to the polls on the 4th of July. When challenged by LBC if he would be putting his plans on hold, Mr Baker said, "I'm not going to announce any of my plans, but I can tell you is I'm going to keep to my plans. My wife is very long-suffering. I've been serving my constituents for 14 years. I've done some heavy lifting on the airwaves tonight. I'm going to stick to my plans." So he's obviously not just thinking about he's been obviously just on that alone, being as an MP for a long time as well. And I think every Conservative MP's situation is different as well. So we do have to bear that in mind. Every MP's situation will be different. But they're just on that point there where he's saying his wife has been long suffering. That is understandable, but it would have made more sense that if he felt that he wasn't going to be able to hold on to his seat, maybe he should have stood down instead if he felt that he's had enough. On Wednesday evening, Mr. Baker admitted he was expected to lose his seat, but vowed he would put himself forward in the hopes he would win. So he still put himself forward despite everything. It's true that I'm widely expected to lose, but I'm optimistic that the people of Wycombe prefer a Conservative government to a Labour government, so I'm going to be putting myself forward and, of course, hoping to win. Well, and yet you're still planning to go on holiday. More than 60 Conservative MPs have said they will stand down at the next general election, including the former Prime Minister Theresa May. Current polling predicts a Labour landslide as Keir Starmer's party sits around 20 points ahead in the recent polls. We will cover that as time passes, guys. Rishi Sunak announcements caught Westminster by surprise with the Foreign Secretary David Cameron calling back from an overseas trip to Albania, and Defence Secretary Graham Sharps also forced to cancel plans. Cabinet ministers were summoned at 4 p.m. and the Prime Minister stepped out an hour later, using the morning inflation figures as a springboard to promote a flourishing economy. Using the slogan "Clear Plan, Bold Plan, Secure Future," the Prime Minister used his actions as Chancellor during the COVID crisis as a backdrop for his achievements in office. Yeah, those points that he made on his speech, and I've covered. And I recommend, if you haven't seen the live stream of myself and Big Madge Studios, I'd recommend go check that out. The Snowflake special, the general election and calling, where we gave our thoughts about that speech. If you want to hear more about our voices on that and Keir Starmer's initial first speech reaction as well, do check that out as well. But just focused on this one here. Obviously, I understand Steve Baker feels that if he feels he has priorities elsewhere, but if he's already in the mindset that he's going to lose his seat, why continue? If he's already giving up in here, that he's already given up, why even stand? If you have that very much doubt that you're not going to stick and fight to it tooth and nail, why would you even have that process? So the fact that he's still going to be going on holiday for all this is quite a bit of a I have to say, a bit of a disrespect, to Sunak and the general election campaign. Yes, I know this has been thrown together by him, and we obviously know that there were possibility of votes of no confidence that may have triggered him to call this general election at the 4th of July as well. But it still leaves a sour taste in the mouth of the Prime Minister and the Conservative Party when you know that in his constituency, he's obviously finding out that he's still going to go off on holiday regardless of the general election campaign going. But what do you guys make of it? What do you guys make of Steve Baker going on holiday? He's saying that he's after 14 years, he's just going to still go on holiday, but he's still going to fight for his seat, even though he's not always going to be there. Let me know your thoughts about that and more in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video, and subscribe because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me in the work I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content there as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.